Bienvenido al Dakar, etapa 8, Superica, San Juan de Marcona, Pisco, ¡viva el Perú!
Welcome to Dakar 2019. Today is the Superica with cars, bikes and trucks setting off together, but it's the end of the line for bikes leader Ricky Brabec. The Top Guns are set to suffer again in the dunes as we approach the business end of the rally.
The dunes of Argentina were meant to be one of the highlights of the 2019 Dakar, and indeed they were.
They tried to come in front of us, but they drifted away. I know they can go anyway. Got a bad feeling about it. It's very tricky to come over here with a truck to pull it upside down. I thought F. How many trucks are now passing who can and will help?
We can try many things. The goal is to put it back on its wheels, but I won't give it 10 goes. I'll try 2 or 3 times. If it doesn't work out, I'm leaving. I think we can manage. We'll help them.
It's the start of a new beginning.
This is Dakar.
Meanwhile, a few kilometers ahead, rookie Skylar Howes was living a nightmare. A crash and an injured shoulder.
Yeah, I dislocated it twice more, and I got this pain in my neck. Like if I turn it, I don't want to figure out how bad it can get.
Nah, man. I love you, man.
Love you too, dude.
I'm glad you're okay overall.
So game over for young Skylar Howes. He was in the top 20 overall. Dunes and crashes weren't the only issue on day 7 of the rally. A narrow canyon created chaos and a major Dakar traffic jam, especially with cars rolling everywhere. Night fell on the Dakar, and what a night it would be.
Previously in the bikes, Quintanilla dropped to 5th place, but he's still in the mix.
It's been a very entertaining race. There are several of us who have a chance of winning.
Van Beveren doesn't want a repeat of last year's accident.
There are a couple of guys here playing Russian roulette, taking a lot of risks at the front. I'm not taking as many. It doesn't mean I'm safe.
Sunderland won stage 7 to boost his hopes.
No, yesterday I was a bit annoyed, and this morning I said, okay, all in. We'll fight to the last kilometre.
And Brabec is still on top for Honda.
We kind of grouped up in the dunes, made it fun. I think the race is going to come down to the last day.
Loeb lost time to electrical problems on stage 7.
It would be good if the problems weren't just for me.
Peter Hansel was shaken up in the dunes.
The neck took a big hit and I saw stars.
It was a good day for Nanny Roma, now third overall.
Everything's possible. The key is to stay consistent.
Al Attiyah's lead over Peter Hansel now down to under half an hour.
Tomorrow I will have a good road position and we try to get back times, you know.
Stage 8 is one of the toughest outings of Dakar 2019, with one of the rally's longest specials, 361 kilometres between San Juan de Marcona and Pisco. What's more, today is the Super Ica stage, in which the first 25 vehicles to set off will be a mixture of bikes, cars and trucks. That isn't always ideal from a tactical perspective, as Mr. Dakar himself, Stefan Peter Hansel, explains. Wasn't a good strategy to win yesterday's special, because in the Super Ica we're setting off together, bikes, cars, even trucks. That means the next cars will start a long way behind me, and there won't be many tracks in front of me, so there's a risk that I will struggle with navigation, and the others behind me will catch up. While Peter Hansel has ground to make up in the cars, Ricky Brabec is hoping to keep his lead in the bikes.
It can be a dream, you know, today's going to make or break it. You know, fingers crossed, you know, I do a good job, and my teammate Nacho Cornejo is just ahead of me. The plan is we work together.
Well, Stage 7 winner Sam Sunderland should have opened the piece, but he got held up by an Iratrack problem. So Nacho Cornejo of Honda was the first man to set off. Teammate Brabec hot on his heels. Peter Hansel the first car to go, a full half an hour before the overall leader Nasser Al Attiyah. And so on to a potentially decisive day in the bikes. Nacho Cornejo doing a fine job of opening the piste on a tricky day. He only dropped around 14 minutes on a long stage. But disaster, as it so often does on the Dakar, was set to strike for Honda. The Japanese giants have been chasing victory in the bikes for 30 years, while Ricky Brabec had hopes of becoming the first American winner of the Dakar. His dreams dashed by engine failure at kilometre 56.
Perfect dirt, look at this, wet dirt. Perfect conditions to ride all day. Unfortunately, I only made it 57 kilometers. Last year, third day to the end, 52 kilometers in the stage. Same problem. Here we go. Yes, that's completely unbelievable. The rally was perfect for me. Until today. I just lost power to the bike, and I don't know. I have no words. Dakar bikes again.
Luciano Benavides and Andrew Short aren't part of the scrap for victory, but they're set to finish in the top 10. Both of them riders to watch in years to come. Adrian van Beveren, on the other hand, is still up there, but the Frenchman was unhappy with his performance today. A couple of rare navigation errors as he lost almost 12 minutes.
I
wanted to attack hard, but I got lost, and I lost time. I didn't manage to find the waypoints straight away. But it's the Dakar. You can't be on top form every day. Well, KTM haven't been on top in the bikes yet this year, but the Austrian giants sent out a timely reminder today of why they've won 17 straight titles in the category. Sam Sunderland benefiting slightly from that later start, fourth on the day and running fourth overall. Defending champion Matthias Walkner claimed the stage victory. The Austrian was over 6 minutes faster than Sunderland, and he's now 3 seconds ahead of his teammate in the standings. Pablo Quintanilla was the only man keeping pace with the KTMs today. The Chilean set off much later than the rest after the first trucks, but he came second on the stage to go second overall. The new leader though is this man, Toby Price. After conquering the World Championship title in Morocco, the Australian looked perhaps the likeliest of the KTM riders to claim a second Dakar title. That was until he suffered a nasty wrist injury a month ago, but he's battled through and now leads the way with 2 stages to go.
Today I knew I had to count, so yeah, that's my maximum today. So yeah, any more than that, I can't go more. So it's the wrist is on fire now. So it's been a long stage, 360 k's, but we've made it here to the finish, and yeah, 2 more to go. So this is a good thing.
Vorkner taking the stage win by just 45 seconds from Quintanilla, followed by Price, Sunderland and Andrew Short. First time KTM have led at Dakar 2019. Price just 1 minute and 3 seconds clear of Quintanilla. Vorkner and Sunderland 3 and 4, with Van Beveren almost 10 minutes back. No major surprises in the quads today. Nicolas Cavigliasso heading for his 7th win in 8 stages. On the San Juan de Marcona bivouac, French competitor Stéphane Bouvier was delighted to welcome Peruvian children to his team site. The biker represents the French Firefighters Federation, and he's the man behind the Pompey project, which helps children who've been directly or indirectly victims of fire-related accidents. 4 years after his last appearance, Stéphane Henrad's back on the Dakar, competing with bone cancer survivor and leg amputee Etienne Dubois.
When you witness moments in life as difficult as cancer, I've always believed that on events like the Dakar or climbing the Everest or the Vendée Globe sailing race, tactical capacities don't get you a result. It's the mental strength of the individual. Especially on long events, I've always believed that people who have survived such an ordeal build a very strong character that becomes an asset for events like this one.
The 2 men are currently 16th in the cars. Now, while his father Yoshimasa was forced to quit the rally as soon as day 3, Terahito Sugawara is enjoying a fine Dakar. The Japanese Hino driver is currently running in 9th place overall. And with 3 stages to go, the 45-year-old is battling hard to improve his best ever performance, 6th spot last year.